Anytime that we went on a little weekend trip or on vacation, we were always on the ocean. And we just loved it. It was just relaxing. So we kind of thought, we'd like to have a waterfront property, and we began to look for one. We really wanted something that was on the water, a little bit private, and close to everything. Because where we have our own business, we couldn't spend the weekends driving for 3 or 4 hours to get to a cottage and then driving back. Because, you know, if anything happened at work, we would have to be available to be able to drive back in a short amount of time. We figured we'd find one. We just had to make sure that it was right. And when this one came up, we were in Chicago at the time at a trade show, and my daughter sent us a message, and we called the real estate agent from the airport, and we flew home Saturday night, and we came and looked at it Sunday morning. We had driven past the cottage a lot of times, and when we drove past it, he said, if that's the cottage, we're buying it. My husband and I work together in a printing company. We have a busy schedule and kind of a chaotic life at times. And when we come here, we really get to decompress. Although I like being around a lot of people, alone time isn't important, but quiet time is. It's very private because most of the time we spend out front on the water side. And if you look on 3 sides of the property, you can't see anybody. There's nobody that lives on either side of us. We love it. It's just a nice breath of fresh air. The fireplace was actually built by a German man with rocks from the local area. He immigrated here when he was 10 or 11, and his father brought the trade with him, and that's what he taught his son, and that's what they continue to do. I love the outdoors. I love sitting outside, so even if it's in the winter, we'll pull up a big blanket and put our coats on and sit on the big chairs outside and watch the birds. We'll sit upstairs sometimes and read a book in the little nooks that are upstairs. The view up there is great. It just overlooks the whole ocean. I love looking out at any of the windows. We have water all around us, but upstairs in the bathroom, there's a little round window, and it looks out onto the water, and it just frames it just so. It's really, really cute. And in the morning, the sun comes up on this side. You'll see the fog roll across the water, and it's really a nice little picture, just framed in a little round window. It's just a really happy, fun spot to be. Everybody comes, it's open so people can sit in the kitchen and the living room. The kids can go upstairs in the nook area upstairs and hang out and watch their video games or search Instagram, whatever they do. And we hang out down here, cook and eat and drink. I'm from Cape Breton, so we live in the kitchen. It's great. I can cook. Actually, Ray does most of the cooking. And we can just sit and talk with all of our guests as he cooks. It's a total kitchen Kaylee every time here. Huge kitchen table. Also acts as a surface for an extra counter space or like a big island. And everybody just gathers around it. There's not a lot of clutter. The dishes are out and open on the open shelves, and you can grab and go. The sink is a hammered coppered sink. So it looks really cool and it's nice and shiny, but it does turn verde gray. But it's a really nice little feature. It's something different and it's kind of cool looking. It was right on the water, tucked out on its own little peninsula. And there was nobody around it. It was a great, tiny, cute little cottage. It's a classic build, and the cedar shakes are really, I think, one of the iconic things. If you go through the town of Lunenburg, all of the houses have shingles, wooden shingles on the sides. It had a lot of character. We loved it, and it has a little veranda outside, so you can get out of the sun and sit and just enjoy the views. We fixed some of the cedar shakes as they've weathered, and we had the entire thing painted. And the rock wall out front, Hurricane Dorian had knocked 2 of the huge rocks out of the wall. When the tide came in, it literally came up as high as those rocks, and we were really kind of nervous because we've never seen it that high. When I'm down on the beach in the front of the cottage, the rocks are over my head. It doesn't normally come up that high, even close, so we've had to do a little work in that area. The slab has heated floors right in it. It's not like on top, it's right in the cement. So it qualifies for a special reduction from Nova Scotia Power as an energy efficient. And so we have time of day heating. It's a little more green energy kind of. All of the rainwater is collected off of the roof, and it drains down into a cistern. And from the cistern, that's where we get all of the water for the cottage. And it goes through a UV treatment system that's in our utility room. It's safe to drink, it's perfectly fine, and that's where all the water comes from the cottage. We sit out there for hours and just sit by the fire. You can hear the waves coming in when the tide's moving, and Canada geese fly right overhead, and you can see the fish jump in the evening, but we just sit. The fireplace is great. We support the local artists. There's a lot of them in town. They're great. The food is fantastic. There's like world-renowned chefs that cook in Lunenburg all year round. It's great. And our family comes hanging out with us. I have a sister that lives close by. She comes over pretty much every time we're here, and I love her to death. It really gives us a grounding to bring us back to our peace of mind, calmness. It lets us regroup and refocus of, a busy lifestyle. The sound of the waves coming in, watching the tide, it's beautiful. It's just calming and relaxing. The saltwater air is just good for your soul. When we get off of work and we drive here, when we come over the little crest coming into the town of Lunenburg from the highway, you can see the water, and it's just a breath of peace. It's really good. In the summertime, the cottage rents really quickly. And if there's a little bit of a space, we take advantage of it and come down, and we might work from the cottage, just, log into the office and stay here. There's a beach down the street called Hurdles Beach, and we have 2 dogs, little Italian greyhounds, and they love to run. And we will go there every time we're here and let them run free off leash, and they love it. It's beautiful views, it's wide open, it's gorgeous, there's a nice walking trail, and the dogs love it there. And that's one of the things that we do every time we come. We actually get up really early in the mornings here, earlier than sometimes we might, just to watch the sun come up. I don't know, it just grounds you, brings you back to something more important than work. And I think a place of retreat lets you know what's important in your life and who's important in your life and why you go to work, so you can come back and have a good home-cooked meal and great conversation with the people that you love. We had an inquiry from a gentleman that was coming to the World Cup sailing happening in Lunenburg, and he was a Paralympic. He won silver medal, and he never gets to stay on the water when he goes places because he needs a wheelchair ramp and things like that, and he couldn't access the water. Most places are not accessible. He got to stay here, so he called us and we measured all the doors and in the shower to accommodate him and brought a little ramp down, and he got to stay here. And when he went out on the deck, he said to his wife, "Call them, I'm never leaving, ask them what they want." Sitting here, having a glass of wine, talking about, you know, the real estate market's really going crazy. We've had a lot of people offer to buy it from us, and every time it's just, never selling this, never selling it. It's just one of those things where you're like, you know, can't give up one of my kids either. Well, one of them I would, but on any given day.